Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me is the Cloverfield herself,
Sarah.
And I couldn't think of anything better. And we're looking at a review of Lucky Numbers that involves clovers. That's the connection. Sarah, tell us about this game.
All right. Lucky Numbers is a number sequencing game where your goal is to be the first to fill your grid with randomly drawn tiles following the placement rules. So, Will, why did we buy Lucky Numbers?
Well, our friends that we play with online saw this on BGA, suggested we try it out, and good Lord, we got addicted to it.
Yes, we did. And so did they.
Yes, it is just a very quick, simple to learn, simple to teach, simple to play game that is...
very engaging.
It falls into that just one more category, where I played it, I had a great time. Let's just play one more.
Right. And we liked it so much playing it on Board Game Arena, we decided to buy ourselves a copy. And our friends in Ohio, they bought two, so that when they have friends over, they can always make sure to play no matter the player count. I mean, one box is 1 to 4 players, but you could buy a second copy. I think you could go up to 5 or 6, but then if you get more than that, you should just set up 2 different tables to play it.
Yeah, but that's a personal choice.
That's personal choice.
I mean, you can still play with 8 players and see how you feel, and if you still like it, more power to you.
That's true. All right, so let's talk about, well, we kind of actually already talked about what we like about the game, but let's go into a little bit more detail.
This thing checks off so many boxes, especially if you're looking for a small, lightweight game. This is a great filler. This is a great gateway game. This is a great game to teach someone who's just not experienced or doesn't want to have a heavy rule set. This is a game that's also addictive in just how it loops and how it makes you feel as you solve the puzzle. Because essentially what it is you have to fill in 16 spaces. And as long as you follow the rules and you're the first to fill in all spaces, you win. That's it.
Yep. And it provides really interesting tactical decisions. And again, like you said, none of it's difficult. And it's usually very little micro decisions that you're making, what you have immediately in front of you. You may or may not pay attention to the other people you're playing with more at a 2-player count than when you have more people. But generally, it's a decision between, do you take a tile that's on the table already, or do you draw a blind tile to try to add to your tableau? And there's times where you're like, you might need to replace tiles, but that's not necessarily moving you forward, but it could potentially move you forward. So there are light tactical decisions to be made, but otherwise it is very light and it's not demanding. And it, like he said, it's one of those games that it plays so fast that once you're done, you're like, oh, I was so close. I was like 1 tile away. If you just hadn't gotten it, I would have gotten it. Maybe not, but want to play again.
Yeah.
So, yep. What do we not like about the game? I'll start. Luck is not on my side.
Is that really the game's fault, though?
It is. I should be winning more, right? I mean, looking at all the games that we play with our friends, I've won the least. It's not fair.
Maybe at that point it's not luck. It's more that you don't understand probability.
That is probably very true.
I mean, at the very least, it does give us an indication that your choices do matter. It's
Yes,
not
it
a
does.
pure luck game like, what number am I thinking of? And whoever's closest wins. No, there is strategy to be better at this game, but luck will play a heavy factor in it.
Yeah, luck is a very equalizing factor here. So you could bring this to the table with light gamers and heavy gamers, and assuming everybody at least is having a generally good time, and I'm really making fun. As much as I don't win, I still really enjoy playing the game. But that luck being the equalizer, everyone should have a really good time. And I think the games I enjoy the most are when it gets down to everybody is just 1 tile away. And who is randomly lucky enough to get that last number, and
or who plan the best,
or who plan the best,
enough room for that tile to be any one of these fabulous numbers.
Right, because there's been times where I'm like, wow, I need 3 different numbers. I need this, this, and this. And then Will's sitting over there. He's like, I could need like any 8 numbers. Any of these 8 would do. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be mine. It's not going to be my game. So you're right.
But at the same time, that number could show up for her.
It could, which is why I hate going after you.
That's why I hate going after you. You don't give me the good numbers.
I don't give you any good numbers. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot that we don't like about the game. If you don't, I mean, I can't even call it fiddly, but I mean, playing it on Board Game Arena is so smooth. There's times where I just like turn away and then all of a sudden it's my turn because it just plays that fast. So.
Is this game locked behind any like paywall for Board Game
Unfortunately, Arena? I don't pay attention to which games you have to pay for since I already pay for the yearly subscription. Yeah. So that's the only thing I have to warn you is I don't know if it's part of the free games. But I will say with Board Game Arena, it's always worth it. I want to say it's currently at $15 a year.
Right.
So you're getting a lot of really great games.
In fact, we do a lot of sampling of games before we even buy it.
Yeah, this is not the first game we've bought because of playing it on Board Game Arena. Right. So, all right.
Definitely recommend trying it out.
Yes.
Go check Board Game Arena. See if it's there, if you're a member or not. Let us know in the comments down below. If it is one of those that is free to play, then it definitely recommend people checking it out.
Yes. All right, let's move on to our ratings.
So for our ratings, we each get 1d6 worth of reviews to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give our number, a reason why, and then roll them together and see what it rolls for us. Sarah, what did Lucky Numbers roll for you?
It rolled a 5 out of 6. I'm probably always going to be up for this game. It is light, it's enjoyable, it's engaging, it's got those tense moments and then those really funny ones, and it's it's a very enjoyable social experience with engaging decisions to be made, even if luck is usually not on my side.
And for me, it also rolled a 5. For pretty much the same reasons. I think the only thing that pips it down is the luck.
It is a highly lucky game.
Yeah, and that can actually really throw off some people. But if you're fine with that, this is probably one of the most perfect games for you because you can teach pretty much anyone how to play this. Have a great time. It's easy to put together and get out on the table and shuffle it all up and play another game. Like I said, it's both a filler, a gateway, or I don't know what else to do. Let's just play a whole bunch of this. So it's the main feast of the night for board gaming. It's also a social game because you can, talk while playing this game. You don't need all of your attention focused on this, but still have a very meaningful experience when you play it. So that little bit of luck that you're like, that kind of throws the little monkey wrench. That's the only reason it pips down, and I know it's only because it pips down for some people. I'm fine with it. So 5 for me, 5 for Sarah, 10 out of 12 for a game this small. That is absolutely bananas.
Yeah, it's just what it's trying to do. It very much succeeds at doing, and so in that respect, it's fantastic. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be your heavyweight Euro game. And doesn't have any miniatures in it. But like I said, for what it's trying to do and the experience it's trying to give, it does it fantastically. So
yeah. Now, if miniatures are your thing, this is something that you can take because of how simple it is. Build out your own thing because it's very easily to adapt to pretty much anything or everything you want it to do. So therefore, it's also not going to give you a thematic experience, but the game loop and the game hook is so great, it doesn't need to.
I wouldn't want to have to get 20 different miniatures and remember which one is one.
But what if you're making 20? A gnome garden and you see all of them come out and have little signs that say their number or something?
Okay, yeah, if they somehow said their number, because I wouldn't want to remember that the dwarf over there is a 3 and the elf over there is a 7.
Right.
But you could do that.
Yes.
For now, though.
So that will do it for us here at Rolling with Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And we've been Rolling with Reviews.